Hello. So I get asked a lot, do I believe in manifestation and manifesting health? Can you manifest health? Well, depends on what you mean by manifestation. If you mean by manifestation that you can just sit and believe and change your thought patterns and get high vibe enough so you're sending energy out into the universe that's then going to have a positive effect on your body, I think that you got a long road ahead. If by manifestation you mean that you can change your beliefs at an identity level so that you can begin to create new beneficial behaviors and changes in your lifestyle, then yeah, absolutely you can manifest health. I think when we talk about manifestation in its purest sense, like things like Abraham Hicks, things like The Secret, even Neville Goddard to some extent, they rely on this idea that the feeling is the secret, that you've got to feel a certain way to create outcomes in your physical reality. And I do believe that there's an ethereal spiritual realm at which we interact with, and I do believe that that can obviously interact with us on a physical level. And I know that just from past experience and things that I've witnessed. So I do believe manifestation is possible, but I also believe we have to be an active participant here on the 3D in that. So I think the traditional manifestation kind of teachers almost have a get out clause, which is like, if it doesn't work for you, oh, you just didn't believe hard enough. You didn't manifest hard enough. You know what I mean? And but I don't think it comes down to that. I think it's to manifest health, to truly manifest health. You need to have a look at your beliefs. You need to understand how your identity is interacting with your behaviors, with your real world output. And then you need to bring those into alignment. So you almost need to, be as high vibe as you can, have positive beliefs, affirmations are great for this, but then bring your behaviors up to that level. So what's your lifestyle looking like? You're never going to manifest health if you're smoking. You're never going to truly manifest health if you're eating a load of sugar and highly processed food. You're never going to manifest health if you're not changing your behaviors on a fundamental level. And I think the old manifestation style, or these strict, it's selling you something. It's selling you this idea that all you've got to do is think a certain way and everything will be fine. And while beliefs are so important in health, I don't think belief alone is gonna shift it. I mean, because then you're getting into the realms of faith healing, and into the realms of almost becomes victim blaming, which I detest. It's this idea of like, if you're ill and you're trying to manifest your health and you're trying to think in a certain way and then it doesn't work and you're still ill, you're just going to feel worse and worse and worse. So I hate that victim blaming element of it. I really do. I detest that. Because at the end of the day, we're human. We're moving through in this experience, in this phase of being. We're in a human form and we're moving through life. And eventually, we're going to get sick and we're going to die. Because that's the human journey. That is the arc. We're born, we live, we get sick, we die. If we're lucky to have a whole arc, some people will get sick a lot quicker and some people will have accidents and that'll take them out the game onto the hereafter, onto the whatever is next. So manifesting health. I think you can work with manifestation techniques which are essentially beliefs, which are essentially accessible through affirmation, visualization, therapy, self-talk, meditation, all of these are wonderful tools to help you move in the right direction. So if you're not visualizing health, if you're not doing breath work to bring your mind and body into alignment, if you're not doing positive affirmation, I'd encourage you all to do those things to move you towards health. But also know that the 3D is denser, it takes time. Also, you know, there's stick with the medical treatments, stick with what your doctor's advising, and use these things as a top up. But the biggest predictor in healing will be lifestyle, will be cause and effect, input and output. You know, and input and output is a whole number of things. You got to look at your diet, you got to look at your habits, and you got to look at the stress management. So if you're using manifestation as a kind of easy, relaxed thing, like you're getting in a nice, relaxed state using your breath work, you're then visualizing a healthy outcome, you're visualizing and you're imagining these ideas of what you do want rather than what you don't want. If you're taking medication, you're visualizing that medication really working and really having a positive effect on your body. All of that is how you can manifest health or move yourself in the right direction. The other side of manifestation, the dark side of manifestation, is when it's stressing you out. It's when you're sitting there and you're really trying to manifest this thing and you've got all these awful feelings coming up and you don't want to sit with those feelings because you know it's going to block, or you think it's going to block this manifestation, and then you're trying to squash those feelings down, and then you're just getting agitated because you're still ill and you're trying to manifest it, and you're trying and you're trying and you're trying and you're trying, and it's just not having any effect, and then you're just ill and you feel like shit. So it's all about balance. It is all about balance. So do I think you can manifest health? Yeah, I think you can do a lot to move in that direction, but understand that it takes participation and there's a skill to it, and it's probably not going to work on its own. But by combining it with these lifestyle changes, by participating in it, by working with a therapist on any of these negative beliefs, you can really have a positive impact on your health. So if that's what you mean by manifest health, then yes. What's been your experience? I'd be curious to know. Like, have you manifested anything? Have you manifested health before? Have you used these tools to overcome things in the past? Let me know in the comments below.